The following program is hosted by immature, irreverent, obnoxious, and often disgusting young men. Listener discretion is advised.
This time on Nude Clan.
Quick, change the channel.
Shall we play a game?
Player to another. Dark soul glide. Turn on the TV, pick up the controller and play some games with the Nude Clan.
Welcome to another episode of Nude Clan. I am your host, Caleb Craig.
And this is Cameron.
Caleb Schweiss.
And this is Joe. Yeah, and today we're going to be talking about the movie Street Fighter.
Oh, based on the video game Street Fighter?
Yes, based on very, very loosely based on Street Fighter 2.
I guess you would know more about that than I would, because, yeah, I played Street Fighter a bit, but I didn't love it.
I didn't know there was all this you can pull from a side-scroller beat-em-up.
It's not. It's a fighting game.
Okay.
Yeah, not the last one.
Cam knows even less than Joe.
The last one was
I
the
didn't
side
spend all my formative days in an arcade, so...
Yeah.
I had Street Fighter 2 for the Super NES, so...
Yay! All right.
Yeah.
But before we get to that, some real quick plugs. You can go to nudeclan.net and join our forums there and ask us questions for the show. As well as you can tweet me at Joseph DeGolier.
Me at Obsidian Ba.
Me at Nude Clan Cam.
Me at UFF Podcast.
You can also see us sometimes stream the games live. Just subscribe to twitch.tv/NudeClanGaming. You can also check out our Facebook page, which a lot of people who probably don't listen to the show have checked out.
Of the Middle Eastern descent, as it were.
Yeah, Indian, it seems, is a popular.
Yeah.
I guess we must be popular in India.
Dude, we are huge in India right now. All of the people who've been following us lately have been from around there, and I think it's because the word nude is in the thing. I think this is the bot's way of networking with other bots, and it assumes that since we have a Facebook page that has the word nude in it, we must be bots. Because it has almost as many likes as the UFF page, and no one ever sees the posts we throw on there. The reach is tiny in comparison. I don't understand.
All right, so what have you guys been playing this week?
Starting with me. I've been
There's a clockwise rotation.
I've been playing Neverwinter.
Oh, yeah.
That's it?
Yeah, that's pretty much all I've been playing.
Did you hear what game won last week?
I heard the Wheel of Time one.
Wheel of Time won.
And you know what sucks? There were two people that I had in my pocket that should have voted for my game but didn't. Alexandria forgot to, and Shinru forgot to.
Dylan also told me that he forgot because he couldn't
Which one
find
would he
what
have
it was.
chosen?
I don't remember what he said.
I'm just gonna say Dylan would have gone with mine too. So, I mean, if we want to change it in light of that,
I need to know how I'm going to play this game because I don't have a computer that has a CD-ROM drive.
That's true. You don't.
How many hours is
Way to go, Craig.
How many hours? Can I download it?
Craig has a laptop.
you can kind of download it.
There is apparently is a download place.
Can we put it in a file?
So this download thing that I found, so I went onto that site and I looked in the forums for instructions on like what to do.
Okay.
Turns out it doesn't have the cutscenes that are with the game, and it's mostly like a thing for people to play the multiplayer aspect of the game, which I didn't even know existed. On top of that, it's really just files for the game, and you have to go elsewhere to find programs and things that will compile it into a workable game. So no, we're not going to do that, and we are in fact going to burn the CD, ye old burn CD from Caleb Craig. And even after our piracy episode, It is apparent.
Is there anything
that,
on the Amazon?
Well, there are
You can
Amazon
get it
ones
for fucking cheap. But they just
then,
refuse to.
You know,
for some
they're
reason.
$5 shipping for however many days it'll take to get.
I just can't even play the game, so I don't know.
Now Caleb does have a laptop, doesn't he?
I do. Yeah,
He does.
Well,
that's how I'm going to be playing it.
What the fuck happened to your
So-
PC?
You remember?
My brother is borrowing it for school.
he's borrowing your PC. You let him borrow your PC, but kept your laptop?
Yeah.
That's
Is this the same
bizarre.
brother who I found out went to the same class as me, but then the day before the test, he just never showed up ever again?
Yeah.
Is he going to UVU?
Yeah.
I saw him in the bathroom. He didn't know I was there. No, I'm kidding. No, we were both
Standing right behind him.
No, we were both washing our hands, which I didn't even know. Considering
I didn't even know he
stench
washed
from
his
his
hands.
room in high school, I had no idea he actually washed his
Oh,
hands.
no. When I saw him in my class,
And he was like, "Hey, Joe," and I'm like, "Hey."
He had
You?
gingivitis so bad his gums are bleeding while talking to me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Jesus
It was
Christ.
that
Yeah,
bad.
he hasn't been to the dentist in a while.
Are you
It's
less...
not about you being to the dentist.
Are you
it's about you
less-
not
Well, I know, but
brushing your
still.
teeth.
That's a long
The
time.
dentist doesn't need to tell you to brush your teeth.
I'm aware.
That is a long time to get to that point. Okay, there are times where I go
true.
a few days without doing that because I don't know why, because I'm disgusting. And mine don't bleed. Mine just get coffee stained.
I brush my teeth.
I have to.
Day old coffee
I've already brushed my teeth 2 times today.
you disgusting people.
That's where I'm at.
So no, what disgusts me is that there is someone that we know that is less clean than Caleb.
Scode.
No, yeah.
Okay, fine. Scode is
That's a new development, though.
with Scode.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Is it?
No.
He's always been kind of grody. Not nearly as much as his brother. His brother is
I guess
like,
when he didn't have a girlfriend and he was just trying to get laid, he was more clean.
yeah, he was. He was. It's a complacency. It's
Like
just
every
like,
once in a while, that one like kind of chubby Hispanic girl would come over.
yeah.
And
Oh.
around then he was better. He was taking care of
It's
himself.
the
Sarah-
complacency.
only on
The
those
you
Sarah
get.
days, though.
Cody duo is just, oh my gosh.
I love the iTunes review talking about how they know so much about like Sarah and Cody and like.
Oh, you know what's so funny? One of our listeners
we're going into that.
plays Neverwinter with us, and he heard Sarah talking to me in the background. He's like, "Who is that? Tell her to go fuck off," or something like that. He hated her. He just listening to her voice. He hated her.
She sounds like the squirrel from Emperor's New Groove.
No, what it is?
Yep, I know what you're talking
Okay,
about.
all right. I'm glad you know what I'm
it
talking
is.
about.
You guys know Cody, right? You know how he doesn't talk. He doesn't articulate very often. And I think she's starved for conversation, and that's why she has to come down and start talking.
I think she wants the Cameron D.
No, she does not. No, and then
I thought. Oh my God, Craig.
this anaconda does not want none.
Gosh, we're having sound problems because it's too loud. I just realized that. Go ahead.
It's that Craig. We have to boost him because he's so fucking quiet and he just drifts further and
Actually, no. Craig is never. It's him that's quiet because he's got the different microphone.
Oh.
Hey, I told Caleb this, but the guy who we requested all the equipment from, some of the stuff that we had ordered was backlogged, and they just never replenished the stock. And so those links you gave me actually don't work anymore.
Yeah, but you know what
and
they are,
never.
right?
I know. I told them. I'm like, hey, well, it's taking forever.
It's like the next
and I'm
cheapest
looking at the
thing that
links,
is
and I'm
that
like,
item.
okay, look, these items, we need these. The stuff that still exists.
All right, motherfucker.
We need now.
We need these now.
And then I asked Caleb if I should just ask for a refund if it takes too long, and I'm thinking I'm leaning that way.
Well, if it takes much longer, maybe, but we just need the stuff. Like, I don't want just make him get us the stuff.
I'm trying.
Break his legs, man.
I'm trying. He's like, hey, so I'm like,
Okay,
hey, did
we
you talk
need
to your
at
brother
least
today?
2 cords.
We need
Yeah,
2
those are on
cords
there.
fucking
Oh, but
badly.
those cords were what when it was out of stock too.
Oh my God, are you fucking serious?
Yeah, the mic stands are good though. If you want more.
Well,
The mic stand is like the least needed thing. on the
know.
list.
I don't even think we need the mic stand. Like, honestly, I'll take this piece of shit.
I would
with
like
its
one of these.
bendy fucking legs. These ones will be useful if anyone breaks in, because I could probably brain someone.
Cameron and Caleb, they got to have our hindsight when they bought their mic and their stand.
Well, okay. No, one of them's Dwayne's.
Oh, yeah.
One of them is.
So,
I just bought.
So Dwayne had the hindsight.
I just bought the mic. I didn't buy the stand.
Anyway, so we realized that we needed the better stands, and
Yeah.
me and Caleb are still using our tripod stands,
Which suck ass, kind of.
kind of. I mean,
it's
they were fine when we got them, but now that we know that this stand exists for the same price, it's like, why did we get these tripods?
These are more for mobility purposes because you can like bring the legs in and it's really thin. But we don't go anywhere. This is where we are. And when we do mobile shows, which has happened like twice, one time actually didn't happen. We just were in the car. We don't bring the stands at all. So there's no reason to have this fucking thing. So yeah, get that shit, man.
I'm trying. I keep like, hey, did you talk to your brother today? He's like, no, he hasn't gotten back to me. Because his brother, he works for this website and he works on their fraud detection network. And he just send him the money and he finds you the stuff for cheap, employee pricing.
Well, he needs to find it.
At least that was the idea.
Yeah, but it's been months. Just keep bugging him until it happens because we need the shit.
All right, what have you been playing, Caleb?
I have been playing Final Fantasy XI. We actually finished Rhapsodies of Vana'diel. Did a great review, excellent review. On
It's the best review ever.
Final Fantasy, probably
the
best
only
one.
review of Rhapsodies of Vana'diel out in
perhaps,
the world.
yeah. It is done though, and we're going to be moving on to little add-on storylines and that. So we played a good amount of that this week. I also have played Silent Hill. I am almost done with the first Silent Hill game. I'm very close to the end. I have used a guide one time, and there was someone that helped me with one of the puzzles in chat. I think once or twice. I tried to suffer through them, and then they're like, "Hey, notice this part of the line, the hint." And I looked at it and I was like, oh, well, okay. And so that's been going great. It's a fun game. The tank controls, Craig, are way better than Resident Evil 1's.
I'm aware of that, and I will never play Resident Evil 1 again.
When you say tank controls, you mean you can go forward and then turn side to side?
No, I mean forward is forward from their perspective no matter what the camera angle is.
Oh.
And yes,
and
to
you
your
can
first
fucking
part.
walk backwards, which is fucking shitty.
No, it's amazing. So, Joe, you know how you hate Resident Evil because you can't move and shoot?
Resident Evil 4, yes.
All of them you can't do it. No.
Okay, all
except for
I hate them all.
except for Outbreak File 2.
I played a little bit of that one Resident Evil with you. That was actually kind of fun.
I liked the Umbrella Chronicles.
Really?
Yeah,
that's
I
probably
thought that
the
was
worst
a lot of fun.
Resident Evil game that's
Well, it's just
ever
like
been
an
released.
arcade shooter thing on the Wii. It was fun.
Oh no, that one's fine. I was thinking the one on PS4 or PS3 that was the Raccoon City Umbrella one.
No, I haven't.
That thing is a piece of shit.
Is it?
And Dwayne is that's the only Resident Evil game he's ever played.
It needs the Wiimote to like shoot at the screen.
Yeah, that's a different one. That one's fun. That one's a little shooter. That's cool.
That is one Resident Evil game I played with Dylan. I think I might have beaten it or at least played a huge chunk of it.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
But yeah, Silent Hill 1, you can move and shoot. You can back up, you can move.
Yeah, but
it's not very fast.
No,
but it makes sense. Like, even as a civilian, I could probably move and shoot. I don't know if I'd be able to hit stuff, but I could probably do it.
It's like, because can you chew gum and walk at the same time?
I can. Some people can't. Some people can't, like, text and walk. And, like, I won't do it if I'm crossing the road, but I won't. You know, if I'm walking on the Vegas Strip, I won't
learned
stop
how to do
and
that
text.
From my walking home from school days and reading a book. All you need is your peripheral and you're good.
Yeah. Like, you don't need
until
to.
you trip on just like that little edge of the sidewalk that's poking up.
Yeah, and then Joe laughs at you, and then you get all butthurt.
That was like a bolt coming out.
it was a fucking bolt with like this fucking wiring attached to it going into the fucking ground.
Caleb, don't ever say that. It is not funny.
Yeah,
it is not funny to laugh at someone who fell.
You know,
I gotta make sure they're all right first, and then you can laugh.
I knew you were all right
because you were being a dick and laughing at the situation.
You know what? I don't think.
And then after you get up, and then you're like, "It's okay, I'm okay." Do you be like, "Okay, it's fine then"?
But there was this one day in middle school, I pissed Caleb off, and he tried to kick me, just fell over.
I remember that. I did try to kick him, but the thing was, I was standing on a patch of ice, and so the force of my leg going up to kick Cameron was enough to like put me off balance, and then I slipped over.
Yeah,
it was funny. I admit that was funny.
He fell once trying to sit down at the lunch table. remembering this man. So many good falls.
You know, I feel weird about getting critiqued on laughing and comedy from a guy who sent me a picture of Anne Frank, and it said, "This one time at camp, I got so baked." Hilarious, yes, but fucked up beyond belief. And if you get mad at someone laughing at you tripping on a bolt, but that's okay, I don't know. It's kind of a skewed thing. Yeah, he's dying over here.
The shade of his face belongs in his Hawaiian shirt.
That's some good stuff. It's fucking terrible, but it is funny.
Jesus, man. Yeah. So other than that, I played a little bit of Wii bowling.
Oh, yeah.
We all did.
Yeah, we just now
Played around.
Cameron,
Yep.
he came late.
Well, we had
I
some
came
pretty close
on
scores,
time.
too.
Yeah, I was like within 3 points, which is sad. And we all suck at it and we used to be pro, but
I never had a Wii, so I was only mediocre at
Never
it.
had a wee.
it's detachable.
Yeah, I can understand why you'd be mediocre without a
And yes,
wee.
it vibrates.
Yeah. Other than that, though, I feel like I haven't played anything else this week. I haven't done any mobile games. So.
I don't know why Neverwinter has just been this like thing that I want to play.
Yeah, you're just
That's because you enjoy it.
You're
It's
into-
like, I
you're
don't
just-
know. Like it's like there's a video game and then there's Neverwinter, and then there's always this goal in sight. Hey, once I reach this level, then we'll have fun. No, it's forever. It just keeps going and going and going, and there's no end.
Yeah,
and the campaigns take months.
That's what an MMO is.
All right. So, Cameron, you can't play. There's no possible way for you to play Wheel of Time.
Not unless I steal a DVD drive from work that I can
You have
plug
to
in.
steal one, or
no,
can you
I
just
can
get one?
I can probably buy one from Best Buy, just a USB CD drive that'll probably work.
Does that take up your mouse slot?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
I
Dude.
just-
I don't
but
know
I
if
have
you
a
can
hub.
play any of the games that were fucking
No,
selected.
dude, I have a
No,
hub.
no, no.
I have a hub that I can just plug in and
He
just
can
plug it on.
definitely play Enter the Matrix
How can you play Enter the Matrix?
because it's on Xbox, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh, you have an Xbox?
I have an
Yeah.
Xbox 360 that's backwards
Okay.
compatible.
You know, I find it funny that you picked Clone Wars, which is a PS3 game, which you don't even have a PS3.
I would have found
I
a way.
think Clone Wars is on 360.
It might be
Yeah.
on PC as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
that's like
okay.
a multi-system release.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I find it funny that you're retarded.
Well, I only know that it's on PS3.
So I mean, if you can't,
It's a
can't
late
play
game,
it,
man.
if you can't play it, we might push.
I think we need to, since the game has been voted on, I need to make an effort to play it. When is it? When do we need to have it beaten by? A month?
yeah, 4 weeks.
Oh, we have time. We have
Yeah,
time.
I think we got 5
If
weeks,
Caleb beats it super fast, I can just borrow his laptop and then I can play it.
Well, that's great. We were going to burn copies, and he forgot to bring the game.
Oh,
Yeah.
That was nice.
And he refuses to go home and grab it.
It's like, dude, if I
Well,
leave,
you know-
I am not coming back. Like, what the fuck is this
I have-
drama about? Just drive.
I have fucking work, and I don't want to come back. So there.
what time does he work?
In the morning.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
In the morning.
Oh, man, in the morning.
Yeah,
No.
3 o'clock in the morning is just
day.
nothing.
The rest of your day is just taken up because
It is by this.
Well, all you said was in the morning.
And you know what?
How are
I
listeners
didn't,
not supposed to be like? It could be like 11 in the
I
morning.
didn't have to fucking bring the game. You
I
could have brought
need-
the CDs that you had.
I need at
so
least
there.
17 hours.
It
of
could have
sleep.
worked two ways, and no one fucking told me to bring the game. So
I did.
you can be like
you just assumed that
like-
I would.
be like a Scode and then go to a concert and then have to be work at 1 to work the rest of the day.
Yeah.
So just don't go to sleep. Just go to work.
That's not going to happen.
You used to be so powerful in this way, and now you're nothing.
Yeah, I
Well,
know.
the sleep apnea has caught up to him for sure.
It's destroyed my inside.
Yeah. I think it's because you started getting the gray hairs, and you realized that I probably should sleep because I'm aging myself like times 5. Is that when it happened?
I don't know, man. I just woke up one day, had gray hairs.
I swear to God, you used to be immune to sleep. Like we would you'd go to bed at like 3 and wake up at 7.
he would do that. But you know what he would do every other day? He would be tucked into bed at 9 o'clock every day.
Actually tucked in.
Yeah, he would be.
I tucked myself
There you go,
in.
That's what he used to do. Majority of the time, he was in bed at 9, and then when he needed to, he'd stay up late with us.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, that's
and I just
exactly
never
what it was.
noticed.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You fucking lied to me all that
He
time.
also
then.
goes to sleep really fast.
Oh yeah.
And that's something I can't do. Like I need everything to be just right, or else I can't sleep.
I have to have my fan on, or else the silence is too oppressive. I just hear it too loud pressing into my ear.
The silence.
Yeah, just
yeah,
like that.
and then you'll hear like a little drip.
No,
then it's distracting.
So
Yeah, I hear
if
ya.
you go into complete silence, you just hear the.
Yeah,
It's that backward E. Then that's kind of annoying. But it's for me. It's the cat now is shitting in his litter box, and then
You can hear the
and then
anus like closing up.
and then it's roommates doing stuff in their room, and then it's next door neighbors. It's the stupid dude.
Oh, roommates just doing their stuff in their room.
So are you just hearing people fuck all night? Is
And
that
then,
the
and then
problem?
do you remember,
Dude, I would
Joe,
have people over and you would hear them fucking.
Yeah.
And then Joe, do you remember the stupid dude across the garage alleyway who'd freaking work on his bike all night long?
Oh, and then in the morning,
Yeah, that's that fucking dude too. And so I need
people who do that.
background noise. I just
You don't need to rev up the motorcycle before you leave. Just turn it on and leave. Jesus.
Yeah, you should stuff
You're
like
like,
a,
hey, everybody, good morning.
The only time I hear that is on the weekends because I'm usually up and gone before he is. So
Oh.
yeah, it's
You
just
know-
him tooling at 11 o'clock at night.
Speaking of sleep, I think last night might have been the best night of sleep I've ever had in my life. I
yeah?
literally laid down and I was in the same spot when I woke up, and like my back hurt because I hadn't moved. It was crazy.
How was that a good night?
Well, it's awesome because I'm normally move like a ton and I wake up like 60,000 times, but just like dead and then alive again.
Oh, I just recently got new sheets too, so I've been having
Ooh.
good times in
You
bed.
don't have to tell me that.
I'll have Cody and Sarah also have been having good times in bed recently.
You know, actually, recently I said that, but I haven't heard them recently.
It's gone from 7 days a week down to 5.
There was this one funny moment where they
Can't
were
fault 'em,
making
though.
she was
Sweet-
making dinner.
sweet love?
No. They were downstairs. She was making dinner, and she told Cody.
Sweet love.
She told Cody, "Hey, you should come empty the dishwasher." Oh man,
Come into the dishwasher?
What?
she asked him to come empty the dishwasher. Okay,
Oh, okay.
Empty.
Okay.
I thought you said come in.
Yeah,
That's what I thought.
I stopped at an inopportune moment.
Scode
I
has
have to tell you
Cascade
this.
jizz.
Sparkle back. That's what all Cascade is.
For some reason, they left some tons of fruit shit out, and we have fruit flies so bad. And I've been sitting there trying to clean it.
Of course you have fruit
And I actually sit Cody down. I'm like, Cody, dude, this is like freaking, this is disgusting. I'm
then he
trying to
was
keep
like-
food. He's like, so I told him, dude, we need to clean this up. And they have been making more of an effort to wash dishes where we could do this. She's making dinner. She goes, hey, Cody, you should come into the dishwasher or you won't get any food. He just gives her the death stare. And he's like, and just freaking like, I don't know what else they say, but it was kind of uncomfortable. And then he just goes upstairs. He doesn't empty the dishwasher.
God.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, she's a piece of shit, but she needs to leave him because he's just terrible.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, he's kind of lazy. Like, and it sucks because even with the limited slow incline in my bettering of my situation, like I can't really relate to Cody anymore. So I go over there and I talk to him, and it's great for about 20 minutes, and then I'm like, I don't think I need to see you for another year, which sucks because
I don't think your life has
good.
updated since the last year, so I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure it's just, it's
no,
gonna be, yeah.
it's like, hey, Diablo 2 is great. Yeah. Yeah,
He's got a sugar mama, and he's not even attractive.
I know, it's crazy. Poor guy, but
I just don't
I don't know, man. Yeah, it sucks because
So we'd always be like, how the fuck does he get laid so much?
yeah.
it's who you affiliate with. It's where he was at, and he found people there too, and then that's how it happens.
Oh, you mean scum of the earth. Oh, okay. All right. I get what you're saying there.
So yeah, filthy. That's great. That's fucking classy.
What have you been playing, Joe?
I have solely been playing, besides some Wii bowling today, which was a nice little respite after I mixed the Ultimate episode. Besides that, I have played Final Fantasy XI. That's it.
That's it?
That's my
Yeah.
entire
Wow.
week. Actually, that and I watched some movies and I went to school.
Oh, yeah.
It's real nice.
I saw the accountant the other day.
You saw my account?
I saw The Accountant.
Oh, so you saw The Accountant. How was that?
It was incredibly good, but it's not out yet, so I don't know what else I can say about it.
Okay, all right.
It's not out yet.
No, it comes out on the 14th.
How'd you see it then?
Because my girlfriend works
Pirated?
for the Daily Chronicle, and they got to go do a pre-screening of it.
I guess it's out for them.
So they
The
could take
Daily
down state-
Chronicle?
Yeah,
That sounds.
yeah.
What the fuck is the Daily
She has
Chronicle?
it's a U of U newspaper.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, that's cool.
But seriously, though, what I will say about it, it's so much better than your average run-of-the-mill action movie. It's really well written.
Okay.
Nice.
An action movie that's called The Accountant.
Yeah. Crunch the numbers. No. The numbers crunch. When the numbers crunch back. That's what I would have. That's the tagline I would have put on it.
What have you been playing, Craig?
I've been playing some Silent Hill. Almost done with that one, like Caleb. I've been playing some Paper Mario, and then Neverwinter and Mega Man X.
Wow.
So,
Bunch of games you won't beat.
So there's
probably
no
Silent
new
Hill.
games this week. I find that odd. Those seemed like the same games you were playing last week.
Mega Man X was new.
Nope. No, you were playing a Mega Man game.
No, it wasn't.
Maybe not last week, but the week before. We had Mega Man conversations a few times.
I've played Mega Man before, but there was one that was what was it called? It was a Mega Man game. It was like a Mega Man game. It wasn't a Mega Man game.
Well, speaking of games, is there anything that anyone beat this week?
No.
Yes.
I have to find a different game other than Neverwinter to play when I'm, on my not playing game for review downtime, because there's no beating that game. So I need to find another game and actually play it and beat it so I can do something to the hog status.
As soon as you get credits in that game, Cam, you beat it. Just
really?
consider-
Are there credits after every campaign?
I have no idea.
Oh.
I haven't finished the campaign yet.
Do the credits even exist?
They might. It's the search for the credits.
Joe didn't beat any. Well, are we going to count our...
We're going to talk about that. Did you beat anything, Craig?
I did. I beat the Mega Man X.
You beat the Mega Man
It's
X.
just Mega Man X.
Was that the virtual one where you put in the chips?
No.
Oh, okay.
Mega Man X is like the first of the Mega Man X series. It was like on the Super Nintendo and stuff.
Oh, okay.
All right, so we got to talk about beating an MMO. So, now for the UFF podcast last year, me and Caleb Schweiss, we played Final Fantasy XI up to the end of where it originally ended when it came out.
Yeah.
But recently, Square Enix released what they called the final expansion, which was called Rhapsodies of Vana'diel, which included, by the way, a ending cutscene and final credits.
Oh, so, okay.
So, and it was like an official end to Final Fantasy XI, which we did beat along with every other expansion, full expansion of the game. Now, we're going to put this to a vote because this is an MMO and it didn't really end until recently and yada, yada, yada.
Well,
I
it's
think
Joe-Core.
I think it should count. Joe Core, fuck you. It was 14 days of game time.
You played to credits and you're good.
Yeah, that's it. That's Joe Core. Anyway, it's the Goliath Core, right?
Yeah.
Right. So, what say ye? Who are not me or Schweiss?
I agree. You got credits. It was an ending to
Yeah, but
Final
they had
Fantasy
credits before.
Yeah,
and
but
it
this-
had an original end.
We did not have credits before.
We
Well, you did
during
last
the end
year.
of the last expansion. We had credits.
Well, yeah. So each expansion.
So
has
when
its
you
own
beat the
credits.
first- when
Wait,
you
did
beat-
you say this is the final expansion? You said
The final expansion
Yeah,
from
I
Square.
called- did you
we
did
beat
you
every
play all the-
single expansion.
Then yeah, it's beat, dude. I don't see why not.
I think we count it for the hog.
Yeah, I count it.
Definitely.
Would you count every other MMO that had a final expansion that way then?
Yeah, if you played
Yeah.
all expansions, I think it would count.
MMOs
You
would
would
be...
count it twice.
No.
No.
It only counts once.
So if you beat the first part
I
up
wouldn't
to
have-
its original ending
You can count
in
it
another
then.
year, and then you beat that. And then next year you beat the rest
So
of it.
you have to keep
you would count
beating
that
it
again.
and to keep it beat.
I don't think that's a big deal
Yeah,
because they're
but
huge
see,
games.
this is the final expansion, though. Okay, that's what we're getting at.
Yeah, but the thing is if...
Well, that's
so
what I said,
he's
the final
saying is if you
expansion.
guys played through Neverwinter,
The final expansion.
got the final area, did all of it, you would count it. And then if it
I
came
think
out
they're
with
still
another...
coming out with expansions.
Yeah, if they came out with another expansion and said this is the last one and you beat it, then would you count it again? That's what I think Caleb's trying to say.
No. We're not going to double count. It only counts as one. As long
And
as
we
it
never
beat.
counted Final Fantasy 11 as one before because this was before Nude Clan came out.
Yeah, and we would have had a different argument then. 'Cause it'd be
Probably,
like, well,
yeah.
it's not actually done. And then it's like, well, it was originally this.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the answer would have been back then, but we fucking beat that game.
Yeah, I think we count it.
It's counted in my books.
All right, we got
All right.
3 out of 4.
You did put in the time, so I'll say yes as well.
All right, 3 out of 4 votes saying that we.
Sweet.
Your vote still doesn't count, Caleb.
I guess.
He agreed, but
Even though I said yes, or just fucking no.
75%.
So we're one of the few, the proud, the winners of Final Fantasy 11.
The Final Fantasy.
Keep going. No, I'm not gonna.
Gotta do the rest, Cam
I
Cam.
can't.
Gotta make up new lyrics for that whole thing.
All right.
What are we looking at?
So what
Jared?
that means, ladies and gents, is that Cameron is in last place, still at 8 games, or excuse me, 9 games.
9 games. I was
9
like,
games.
it should be 10 games this
All right.
month.
Dude,
I
this
have to keep one
paper
game a
is
month.
not going to survive that much longer. I'll
No,
tell you
thank
that.
God the year is almost over.
Second place is moi with
Second to last.
14. It depends on how you look at it now, doesn't it?
He's counting
If it's
last.
from order
he's
from
counting
last
yeah.
to first, then yes, second.
Just making it sound better.
14 games beaten. And then Caleb Schweiss, 22 games beaten this year. And Caleb Craig, King Hog,
Supreme Hog.
25 games beaten
How?
this year.
Yeah.
It's just like
Because he's been trying.
game after game after game.
Are you actually clearing your backlog, or are you just buying new games though?
A lot of them is backlog. Mega Man X I had on my Wii U for like forever.
Yeah, so it's
stuff you
those
should
free
do.
download games
Yeah.
are coming to use then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we should be playing the games that we own, but we keep nominating games we don't own. So we have to buy those.
I have not nominated a game that I don't own in a while.
Yeah, you actually still have Path of Neo,
No, I don't have Path of Neo. I do have Enter the
or
Matrix.
that one, whatever. Really?
Yeah. Actually, I might have Path of Neo somewhere. Yeah, I might.
Well, shit. I guess
Yeah.
we're all doing it wrong. I think you have my copy of Third Age too.
I do. I at
Right.
least have a copy of Third A, which I think is yours.
Yeah. If I don't have it over there, then yes.
If you don't have it, then yeah, exactly.
But it doesn't matter.
It doesn't. Do we have a question?
We do. This week's question comes from Shinru. He asks, well, he says, yeah, but it's a
not
question.
a question.
You Nude Clan guys all like Metallica, right? Have you watched the movie Hesher yet? Stars Natalie Portman and
I
Joseph
was
Gordon-Levitt.
going to. I looked it up and I made plans to, but it didn't look like it was really well received.
So the entire movie apparently is basically all Metallica songs, which is rare since they are pretty strong with not allowing their songs to be used in films or in anything that they don't make direct money off of, as it were.
Unless it's Mission Impossible 2.
Didn't they do a song for that movie, though?
Yeah.
I Disappear, isn't that one?
Yep.
Yeah, so have we seen it? No.
No, none of us have seen it. I tell you what, though, when it was coming out, I was excited about it, and then I just never saw it. I remember the trailers, and I remember being like, yeah, Master of Puppets in a fucking movie. That's awesome.
Should we make it a new
It had
plan?
like a really nasty looking Joseph Gordon-Levitt. His like hair is all long, and it's disgusting. And,
Yeah, plus he's subpar anyway, right?
what?
He was really good in Snowden.
He's in movies that don't do well.
That doesn't mean anything.
It does. He's a lesser.
He's pretty good, dude.
Wasn't he
what the
also
fuck's
in
wrong with you?
Inception?
I don't care for him.
Was he also in Inception?
Yeah, he's also
Yeah.
in Inception.
That movie did really well.
Yeah, but you know who else is in Inception?
And I liked his directorial debut. I liked Don John a lot.
Yeah, Don
Oh,
John
that
was
is supposed to be
awesome.
pretty good. I haven't seen it, but
It's good.
Should we make that a new
guys
clan,
in decline.
a Nude Clan date night and go watch Hesher?
We can just suck each other's dicks.
Yeah, that
and
sounds,
put
that sounds
Metallica
better.
in the background.
No, I think we
yeah.
should watch it though. I mean, if it's a
I'm born
So let me explain something. I am the world's biggest Metallica fan ever.
I feel like I've probably listened to Metallica longer though.
I listened to Metallica as a baby.
Them's hating words.
I was raised off of Metallica.
I don't know. I probably got
I would
their
fall asleep
Black
to
Album
Nothing
at
Else
11.
Matters and get up to Master of Puppets.
11 years old.
7.
I think that's about when I started listening.
I was
to
7
them.
because I would listen to it as my sister played it.
But can you sing along with every single song?
Yeah.
Can you?
Except maybe some of the stuff.
All right, man. We're gonna have to do like a Metallica karaoke-a-thon where the words aren't there and you're both judging.
All right.
See, I probably listened to it longer than either of you just because of my sister, but I wouldn't. There are songs I could do just fine, but others I probably won't.
I fucking love Metallica.
All right, fine.
I love every era of Metallica. I love
Saint Anger. You love
every
that era?
album, dude. There are some good songs on Saint Anger. I will say that.
Listen to this.
How about Reload 2?
Reload 2?
No, just Reload. How about Reload?
Like, where's Reload 2? I need it.
Yeah.
I do like Reload quite a bit. I tell you what. Now I know that it's lesser in comparison to the other albums.
Yeah.
I don't give it that doesn't matter. I'll still pop it on in the car, and I'll listen to Low Man's lyric every fucking day if I want to on Reload. Okay, and fucking what is the big song on Reload?
Oh, I don't know. Biggest Metallica fan ever. What is it?
Is it Fuel?
Fuel is the garbage big song.
Okay. All right. Memory Remains?
Yes.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
Yeah. Fuel is way overrated. I can't stand that song anymore.
No, Fuel is probably like
It's super
one of my
poppy.
least favorite Metallica songs. No, Saint Anger. Okay, I'll give you 3 really good Saint Anger songs. The first one, I think, Sweet Amber, I think is an excellent Metallica song. I also think that Some Kind of Monster is the perfect song for if you're like in a Jeep and like on the sand dunes or something and you're like da-na-na-na-na. Like it looks like it's like a Discovery Channel, you know, check out this awesome car song. Like that's the song that'd be playing in the background. Like I love that riff and like the song. I just love it. I think it's fucking sweet. But the big song is I forgot the name of it.
The Unnamed Feeling.
The Unnamed Feeling.
Metallica master
Yeah.
fan.
Fuck you. It's just because of the pressure that's been put on me right now. Now-
By yourself.
No,
Yeah, no,
'cause
the
here's
pressure's
thing.
real. No,
here's
the
the thing.
pressure's
I might
real.
not be able to think of the song title, but I can start playing. You want me to hum the whole song to you?
No.
Remember when
Okay.
we asked what our favorite movies were? And I fucking said Zootopia. I mean, I like the movie, but it's not my favorite movie.
Yeah.
Then why'd you fucking say
I don't know. I was under pressure.
Oh, you could have said much worse things. I don't like Sweet Amber, but I do like the other 2. They're great.
Yeah.
Some Kind of Monster.
And All Within My Hands, I think, is pretty decent. Now, there is one really bad song on Saint Anger. Actually,
Frantic's a really
Frantic's
bad song.
Chorus is a really bad song. But Purify from Saint Anger may be the worst Metallica song.
It's up there with
it's just-
Mastermind from Megadeth on irritatingness.
It's unlistenable. Like the riff is disgusting sounding, and then Purify. It's bad.
It is bad.
It is bad. So Saint Anger, worst album. You're right. And Reload, maybe the second worst album. I don't count Lulu. That's a Lou Reed album with Metallica backing it up. So
Yeah.
I
Fuck that.
I refuse to
Fuck that
listen,
thing.
and I fucking hate Lou Reed anyway. So I'm not gonna listen to it. But I mean, Saint Anger's bad, but there's still things I love about Saint Anger, and I tell you what, I probably listen to that album like a couple times a year.
Yeah.
All the way through, except for Purify. I'll skip that no matter what. So yeah, I'm world's biggest Metallica fan. I love it all.
So wait,
love
can
it all.
can I be the world's biggest Megadeth fan, even though they're not my favorite band? I think that's possible, right?
What is your favorite band right now, then, Gab?
It's Metallica, but
There's got to be some Megadeth fans whose favorite band is Megadeth.
yeah, but does that necessarily disqualify me? Because what if my love for Megadeth, even though they are inferior compared to Metallica, is still greater than someone who loves them more than Metallica?
You don't understand.
Is that
I want it
possible?
more, sir.
I don't know. That would take a lot of love.
Yeah.
That's like following them on the bus
Look at my
kind of
shirt.
love.
I got the shirt. Look at that.
Oh yeah, it's true. You are wearing
It was
the
a
shirt.
gift, but still.
Would never buy this for myself.
I don't think I can be. Oh my god, douche hat.
Yeah. I got a douche hat for my work.
Oh wow.
So I couldn't make fun of his hair because it looks okay now, so I can make fun of his hat.
Yeah, there you go. No, I was the one that got everybody into Megadeth, though. I like to
say everybody. I think you got me into Megadeth.
I got Cameron into Megadeth too.
I think, because I was Metallica pretty hard, but then Megadeth broadened my horizons, so yeah.
Yeah, but then Metallica's new singles just came out, and I'm back onto Metallica mode all the way.
I listened to it, and I've been listening to it, but for some reason I've been on an Alice in Chains kick a little bit.
Yeah.
Dude, I fucking love that Moth into Flame song so much. The new Metallica song, I am like jizzing over. I think I've listened to it about 30 times.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's fucking awesome. Caleb, Craig, how do you feel about Metallica?
I enjoy Metallica.
What?
Yeah.
Speaking of video games, by the way, there was a Metallica video game that if you put Saint Anger into a Windows PC, it'll do that annoying autoplay thing that some CDs did back then. And there's an advertisement for a Metallica game that never came out.
There is a Guitar Hero Metallica game.
That's true.
Which is awesome.
But there was like a Metallica game with like hot rods and shit.
And you got a mission. Find a way to kick Dave out of the band. Tip the bus. Kill Bert.
Oh my god. Oh, that's
deep.
That's not funny. All right. So how
that hurts more than the fucking thing earlier.
It hurts more than
the
anything.
Holocaust thing.
That's how big of a fan of Metallica I am.
Wow.
What else will you put on the line for your love of Metallica?
And Frank,
dignity out the window.
Almost anything. I don't know, if I had to walk a mile naked in order to get a free Metallica ticket, I would do it.
Yeah.
You know, that's a really cheap way to get it. That's a really cheap way to get a ticket. It's just a mile.
It's also a way to get arrested.
So you run the mile then.
Gotta go a mile. Gotta go now.
Shame.
Caleb will follow you just with like a bell.
Yeah, good band, and we should probably watch the movie, but none of us have. So
yeah,
good times.
Fuck! I want to talk about Metallica more, but instead we have to talk about this shit fucking movie. Let's
get Street Fighter.
Let's get into Street Fighter.
After 7 months of fighting, the civil war in Shadaloo may have reached the turning point. The capital has just fallen.
In December 1994, the forces of freedom will face a power-mad dictator in a struggle for the fate of the world.
Kick Bison's ass.
I don't think so.
You'll have to do better than that. Okay. Yeah! Now, who wants to go home and who wants to go with me?
All right, so Street Fighter was written and directed by Steven DeSouza. It was produced by Capcom, and
you know who that guy is, that director?
No, I don't.
He directed Die Hard 1 and 2.
Nice.
Much better movies.
He, at least at one point, was a huge director.
When did Die Hard 1 and 2 come out?
In the 90s.
Because this movie is 94.
I think 89 maybe for Die Hard.
So, wow.
It's almost as if he kind of fell. I'm not gonna say that. It's not like the directing was bad. In fact, I thought the directing was kind of good. And then I looked up the dude and I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. They put an A-list director on a very, very C-list movie.
So anyway, it was loosely based on Street Fighter 2. The movie was a success, making nearly 3 times its production cost, which was $35 million, and overall made around $99.4 million.
This movie was a success.
Oh yeah.
So sitting down and watching it, I did not know that.
Yeah, it was a major success. It was disliked by both critics and fans of the games, but it still did pretty well.
Well, it seemed kind of like a corny children's movie, even though they swore every now and then.
Yeah. So anyway, Raul Julia, who played General M. Bison, was praised and nominated for Best Supporting Actor at the Saturn Awards.
For his role.
Oh, the Saturn Awards? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought this was going to be like the Academy. And I was like, no fucking way. Are you serious?
I'm just thinking of his eyes when he went super wide. I am a god.
I enjoyed his performance. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, he was probably one of the better parts of this movie.
Yeah. So anyway, Julia was suffering from stomach cancer during the filming, and only took the role because his children asked him to. And then he died 2 months before the film was released, and so the movie was dedicated to his memory.
Bison?
Yeah.
Wow.
So this guy, right? All right, so you said he was nominated for a Saturn Award.
Yeah,
is that
Best
right?
Supporting Actor, yeah.
Okay, so Saturn Awards, by the way, is not necessarily cream of the crop. I mean, it sometimes is, and it sometimes isn't, because it's just based upon whatever science fiction or fantasy movies come out, right?
Yeah.
Now, this guy, he is, so far, we've seen 3 based on video game movies, and he is the 3rd brooding bad guy who's trying to take over the world and paces around and has these like sort of funny, corny, bad guy-y scenes while the heroes are trying to infiltrate him.
Yeah.
Like, that's not him, but like his...
I was going to say.
Gross.
Trying to get inside.
The gay agenda in this movie is just through the roof.
The gay agenda.
Yeah.
I thought it was... I don't know. It was kind of funny seeing like the same fucking plot for all 3 of these movies.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering how many more of these like super over the top bad guys are we going to see just kind of being like doing their scenes, and then we cut back to the act. I don't know. Like there's something going on there. Like there's a pattern.
I think he's the best bad guy out of the 3 movies, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
This movie by far was a lot better than those other 2.
Yeah, it was.
Don't give away the ranking at the end, Cameron.
It was still kind of bad, but it was not that bad.
Does anybody know where Shadowloo exists? Like
It's
in
fictitious.
Malaysia,
Yeah, it's
somewhere.
It's around Thailand, I think.
Somewhere in
They
Thailand.
put it on the map, and they were like, and every white person in the audience went, "Yeah, that's Shadowloo. I don't. It can't be any other place." Like, they actually put like a real place on the map, which I think was in like, it's one of the small Asian country areas.
Yeah.
Everyone, huh? Yeah, that's Shadowloo.
There's nothing else it could possibly be.
The great country of Shadowloo.
So anyway, Capcom co-financed the film, so nearly everything that they had to be approved by them. And they set the release date of December 1994, which made for a rigorous filming schedule. And DeSouza claimed that he had to write the initial draft of the script overnight.
Oh, he wrote it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know he wrote it.
So
he wrote
so
and
far,
directed it.
Oh boy.
also, real quick, so far the box office numbers for the first movie, Super Mario Bros, was 20.9 million. Double Dragon was 2.3 million, which is fucking horrible. This one was $99.42 million in the box office.
Yeah.
Definitely did way better than the other 2. Combined times 3.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet. Capcom, It was. I enjoyed the movie more than the other two.
I enjoyed my kickback from the earnings from the box office.
So Capcom cast Jean-Claude Van Damme as Guile, and after they cast Raul Julia as Bison, and with those two being cast, most of their casting budget was gone, and Van Damme's fee alone cost $8 million of the total $35 million budget for the entire movie.
Hold on a second. I got to tell you something about Hollywood budgets that some people don't know, and I didn't know until recently. Now, this might be different with the Wikipedia article or wherever you got this information from, but the fuck? Actually, that casting budget is separate from the film's production budget. So when you see something that says $30 million,
that's what it told me. So
it's actually $38 million because they fuck you. I'm gonna fucking mute you. I'm next to the soundboard. All right.
You can't take.
So it's actually like $38 million, but and also it doesn't cover advertising costs, which is usually the same cost of the film. So when you look at a movie's budget, it needs to make twice as much, or else it's not making its money back. And this movie made its money back.
Yeah,
it's just fine. Hey, Caleb, go fuck yourself.
Where are we again?
I'm gonna fucking leave.
Just like you did on that other show.
Yeah.
So they had to hire some lesser known and unknown actors to fill the rest of the roles after those two.
Well, I mean, that's kind of the general thing anyway. You just
you only get a couple
your stars and then you hire others.
Yeah. But apparently it was pretty bad. So, and then the cast was trained
SAG minimums.
The cast was trained in their action sequences only like a few hours before filming.
What?
I totally did not know, dude. Amazing,
and
amazing.
Because of several issues that popped up.
I saw one dude fly out of the mist.
Talking about that, nothing to propel himself that far. It was just immediately in the air.
It was his super strength.
Yeah, it was his fighting skill that allowed him to do that.
That's like,
anyway.
Can you propel yourself out of a phone booth? Like, literally propel yourself out of a phone booth. Try that. And then fly 50 feet up in the air and kick a guy in the face. Let's do that.
Well, you're not.
You could if you were Jean-Claude Van Damme.
He was pretty muscular.
Well, dude, he wasn't even he looked like a really fit dude, and I had never seen a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie before this. I know I need to see Bloodsport, but I just haven't seen it yet. Now, there was the moment where you saw him normally, and then there was the close up of his fucking arm when it was flexed, and I was like, Jesus Christ!
He's huge.
It's cancerous.
Did you also notice though his accent changed a little bit from the beginning to the end of the movie, where he got a little bit more relaxed? Because at the beginning he was trying to add a toughness to it, and then near the end, I seriously thought he was South American from his accent. I just could not place it. Belgian? No.
Yeah. It's Belgian.
Yeah. So one of the issues was Raul Julia suffering from stomach cancer, so they had to film around that.
Of course.
But they originally wanted to have
he needed the $20 billion just to pay for his medical bill.
They wanted that's terrible.
We need you to stay alive for another 2 months.
So yeah, they wanted to film for a long time before, a few months before filming at all, but they had to change all that because of certain things. One of those being that. So De Souza also stated that he didn't want to make a generic martial arts movie, so he said that it was. To him, he compared it to being a mix of Star Wars, James Bond, and a war movie.
Has he ever seen those movies before?
I don't know.
Okay, I don't know either.
He also said that he didn't want to shove elements from the game into the movie, like Super Mario Bros. Is one example he listed.
But they did though, right?
Yeah, the outfits were there.
They shoved. I mean, the story I'm sure has nothing to do with Street Fighter, does it?
Very, very loosely.
Right.
I mean, the idea was that Bison has like this fighting tournament that he like calls everybody to.
Right. And
so he avoided that by making him like a general and they have to attack them.
yeah, and they go in with their full on like UN thing. Because,
yeah.
you know, the UN is really like, they're known for their tactical military. Yeah.
They just had to fit every race in there too. Every race. was there.
Well, I think that was actually to fill out the cast from Street Fighter, wasn't it?
No, because in Street Fighter, they have fighters from all over the world, and so that's one reason I think that they use.
Well, but just like normal people, just like you said no, Caleb.
No, because you said also
he
fill
said
out
no,
the,
yeah, which means yeah, I guess.
Oh, okay. No, I'm just like to the normal rabble, the normal people. Like they're just like if you look at the UN people, it's just like they're all over the place. It's everywhere.
Yeah, it's fine. It's everywhere.
Yeah, there was one guy that was captured. Right? Was his Charlie?
Charlie.
Yeah. Charlie was captured. And by the way, what the fuck was that? All right, so he had on the glasses thing that showed you from the outside what he was looking at, which is fucking weird. Like, why did they waste money on the second screen?
Yeah, no, they have mini screens that are
What it
showing
actually is it's meant for two people at one time, and so you have two people hooked up on either side.
Yeah, they're kissing. Anyway, and the one guy, the main bad guy, he overdoes it or something like that, and he turns into this big green monster.
No, that was the goal. He doesn't overdo it, but the scientist wants to make sure that his mind isn't as messed up, so he turns off the CNN programming.
Yeah, and then turns on this backup track that's fucking furry animals playing in the wild. It's like this super peaceful stuff.
The slow smile across his face.
Weddings and a kid on a swing.
And Raul probably comes down. He's like, "What asshole put this video even on this device? Like, why is this here?
Why is the video there? Okay, they built this machine to turn people into a hateful killing machine.
It's a brainwashing machine.
They had a backup good video. What the fuck is this?"
And then when Bison goes, "Let me see the brain," the brainwashing stuff. He looks, it's just this kid getting off a swing with some flowers. It's like, he's like, "No!" Punches the screen.
That's it must have been his camcorder or something that they got a hold of and just plugged all the videos in.
Let's play our live collections from August 2005 until, just our family video collection.
Yeah.
In the future.
Yeah,
Exactly.
9 years into the future, we'll have...
What the fuck? Why is there a second video? That's what
I don't know.
There should only be one video.
I love how...
And also, they shouldn't have spent money on the reverse eye goggles.
Yeah,
and then they had the fat guy come up to the screen and he saw the good stuff was playing and he's like, "What the fuck is this?" And so he calls up the general and he's like, "Hey, there's this problem."
Hey, dude.
How the fuck does he know that it's different from what it's supposed to be? Because nobody was watching it except for when General Bison asked to see what he was looking at.
And also, if those things were just kind of flashing in your face while you were asleep, would you honestly would anything change?
No, not really.
No, they injected you with something like LSD, and they were just showing you all this violent shit this whole time to mess up your mind.
You can brainwash people.
Even then, how do you brainwash someone with a swing set and fucking weddings?
No, it wasn't brainwashing him. He was just showing him peaceful stuff.
No, right?
But still, once again, to manipulate the imagery so that he changes, right?
Yeah, I guess he could have just done nothing.
It would have taken a lot longer than what he was given to probably do any sort of change.
Anyway, so when you're saying he doesn't shove things from the game in, that green character's from the game, isn't he?
Yeah.
So how is that not fucking shoved in? He didn't have to change his physical appearance when the machine went haywire. He could have just been himself after the end of all that brainwashing.
It's true, but he was trying to put in
green
another
goblin serum.
At least it's not that fucking raider dude from Double Dragon who turns into this fucking huge lizard Goomba thing. I know that's from
Mix it
Mario.
together.
Mario.
The gang member who turns into this monster who starts crying.
Yeah, when
he
they
sees
force
himself
feed
in
him
the
to
mirror.
spinach. Jesus.
And it's a theme in every single video game movie so far. They take a guy, turn him into something else.
Yeah.
It's everyone. It's in everyone. You can't make a video game movie.
Dude,
without
it's
doing
going to
that.
happen in the next one, too, with Mortal Kombat.
There was
I think it does.
It does.
I think somebody changed it somehow, and I don't remember who it was.
That's a recurring
Is it with Cyrex?
I
Did they do that to
It's been
Cyrex?
too long since I've seen that movie.
Oh, man.
I've seen the beginning scene
I
of that
think I
movie
might
the
have
most,
seen some
and
of it
the
on TV.
you will die. It's so fucking stupid.
Get over her.
I'm not excited to get to Mortal Kombat, and unfortunately, I'm sure listeners out there just love that fucking movie, and I know you guys do. I don't understand why.
Mortal Kombat is the highest rated one out of the ones we'll watch.
On Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
What is it rated to? 13%.
33.
Oh, 33.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay.
What was this movie? Street Fighter.
Give me a sec.
All right.
Okay.
This one
So-
I don't think is right on this page.
So anyway, the MPAA gave the first submitted cut of the film an R rating.
How?
Which was, I don't know. I don't know.
What was in it?
Oh, there's a
I
swear
don't know.
tolerance.
I haven't seen that version.
Prawn. There was prawn in it.
Anyway,
Is that a fish?
it was too high for Capcom, who wanted a PG-13 film. So several cuts were made, and according to the director, it was given a G rating, which was then
These guys.
Overcorrecting.
which was then bumped up to PG-13 with post-production.
This one has a 15 on Rotten Tomatoes.
He's like, why didn't they let me keep my yippee-ki-yay line?
Yeah.
I just had it all my movies.
And then after the film, there were a lot of like other media things that used the stuff from the film as a base. There was like a comic book published by DC that was based on the movie. It was called The Battle for Shadaloo.
Shadaloo, yeah.
Yeah, Shadaloo
Shadaloo.
exists.
You guys
Sounds
know
right.
You guys know where it is.
I don't know what any of those countries are. It sounds right,
The Street Fighter, the movie arcade game, and then Capcom released a Street Fighter, the movie, for the PlayStation and Sega Saturn, but neither one is a port of the other, so they are two different games. Yeah. And then there was also a Street Fighter animated series in 1995, which used several plot points from the film.
So, because it was such a big success commercially, obviously they were kind of like, well, we might as well just piggyback on this thing.
Yeah, they did.
Which
That's
is a good
very
idea.
odd.
I would have done it.
All right, so some individual, if you guys want to point out things in the movie, now's the time. So this movie basically has the same plot as Super Mario Bros. And as Double Dragon.
Oh, yeah.
Except it's only one guy or like a group of people instead of the duo. It doesn't have the duo.
You have the duo. You have the freaking Chinese guy and the white dude who were selling the weapons.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
They're a
so the duo's
sub-duo.
there.
There is a duo, a comic duo. You're right. You're right.
They're just not the main.
No.
And this guy's going to try to take over the world.
Who is the main? Who has the most screen time? It's Bison.
It's Guile.
It's one of those two. You're
Bison
right.
and Guile
probably
are probably
Guile.
the two most. Yeah, because Guile
Because
is
it
like the
starts
main
out with that
character.
It's
duo.
definitely-
It starts out with the duo.
I keep on wanting to say Gus Van Sant, which is not. What is his name again?
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah, I would say he's got probably
Yeah.
the most screen time.
Yeah.
He probably does. He,
And then
probably
bad guy.
does have the most screen
A
time.
lot of the acting is so freaking over the top.
Oh,
man.
not just over the top, but looped. Like this entire movie was looped and bad.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys can tell when the movie's been looped. Can you tell when a movie's been looped?
Where they just play the same thing in the background?
No.
Where they don't.
When they're talking, but the audio does not match the setting that they're in. And so you know that the audio was bad on their take and that they had to redo it later and they just didn't do it convincingly enough that you know that it's been looped. Almost that entire movie, especially the young Asian woman.
Oh, her
Chun-Li
acting was so her phrases were so bad.
That's because she was looped
It was
later.
ADR'd, yeah. most of this movie was.
And almost this entire movie was. Jean-Claude Van Damme's lines were looped.
When I was listening, it sounded like she was dubbed. That's what it looked like.
I'm sure she had like energy in the room and on set, but then when she came in to record the lines later, she read them like super flat. By the way, that lady, I don't remember her name right now. She's the voice of Mulan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Not flat.
Okay, so I guess that is better because reading that she sounded just. It was like
watch the movie
so
and
bad.
then think someone in a sound booth trying to sync up their lips.
Oh, okay.
And you'll hear it. Like you'll hear them loop the lines. That's what it's called looping.
I don't remember what movie it was. Do you remember the movie Stealth where it's these high advanced
I never
jets?
saw it. I never saw it.
Okay, so these advanced jets,
I've heard
right?
it's awful.
But the one scene that I just want to bring up was what they did is that they needed to loop her sound when she was falling through the air. And so what they did, they sit her up in the simulation where she watches it and they're shaking her out at the same time and then have her record her lines that way.
Oh, that's interesting.
And so they try to get that realism that way.
Yeah, imagine that, but just the complete opposite. You have what we had
She's
here
sitting there
today.
getting a pedicure done. She's just reading the lines.
Yeah. Don't hurt me.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's like Resident Evil 1's voice acting. It's just fucking painful. Just horrid.
So when you're saying the acting, I'm seeing two different performances that are at odds with each other. That's what I'm seeing when I'm watching this movie. Yeah, so that was the first thing I noticed was that the entire thing was looped. Mm-hmm. The next thing that I wanted to point out in this movie that was ridiculous was there's a ninja scene, right? Now, I'm the world's biggest fan of not only Metallica, but also Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. And the ninja scene in this movie where she's sneaking in.
Oh, yeah, I was going to bring that up, too.
I'm sorry. It does not. I've been used to the ninja scene in Crouching Tiger, which is fucking sweet. Where, like, she comes in and it's like, I know that people can't see this.
Hyperventilate.
But it's the most amazing, like, choreography for, like, the windows and, like, closing the windows quietly and then quickly getting out of the way. This is the slowest fucking ninja on screen I have ever seen.
And not only that, but she's fucking carrying this fucking 5-pound brick thing.
Yeah, that's making noise.
It's like, like, and she's like trying to find the fucking dead body of Guile and just like, what the shit?
Yeah, thank God they got the deaf guard on duty.
She like jumps down so she doesn't get seen by the fucking the cop dude that's like right above her, and she's sitting there pulling out this thing. It's going and it's like, how the fuck does that guy not know that he's there?
I would like to replace the batteries on the fire detector.
I would like to do. Yeah, I don't know how. Like, why is she sneaking in there with that fucking beam? That doesn't even make sense. Anyway, I would like to do a comparison though between like what does one person do with the ninja in this scene and what does one person do with the sneaking ninja in this scene. I would just like to compare them filmmaking wise because one of them is far superior than the other. And I was just kind of sad. I was like, this is bad. And 4 years later, another movie's going to come out and kick this one in the ass. As far as ninjas sneaking around are concerned.
Yeah.
So that bugged the hell out of me. Anybody have any?
I love the blatant use of Capcom in the one.
Oh yeah,
in the one thing where they're trying to like entertain Sagat and Bison, and they're doing like this thing, and then the sumo guy has like this fucking jar that's supposed to look like fucking juice or something, and then on the fucking top, it like on the cap of it, it says Capcom on the fucking cap of this giant juice bottle,
and then
it's like, oh, okay.
There's the fucking scene where the retarded Russian guy was fighting the sumo dude in the model city, and you just hear the freaking Godzilla noise the whole time.
That's with the Godzilla.
That was pretty offensive, honestly.
Well, okay. So the Japanese military guys, there shouldn't be any Japanese. I don't know what there were Japanese dudes there, and they were watching this happen on TV. And racistly, there's a fight going on with some small buildings below, and they're like, one of the guys is the sumo guy, and he's huge, and the Russian guy's huge as well, and And yeah, the Godzilla noises start going on. I'm like, this is racist.
Oh man, there's another scene that I should have brought the movie, showed you guys this one scene. I like finding little mess ups that people do. Like when they're throwing the bags on the boat, the one bag goes just fine, but the second bag just comes and just clobbers one of the guys in the face. They just keep it in, it's just like, whoa.
God, you're ADD, man. I don't think I would have ever noticed that. Okay, real quick about that sumo guy. So this sumo guy is one of the fellow prisoners who eventually breaks out and saves the day.
Yeah.
This guy, he's born from Hawaii. He's from Hawaii, right? He's a Polynesian dude.
And then when they're whipping his back, this the little Hawaiian noises.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to talk about. So his theme song is just like a string guitar. I think it sounds like the Hawaiian sound. You know the Hawaiian sound. Like
what was that again?
Okay, it was not doing it again. It's the whale noise. That's what I call it. Anyway, like the Hawaiian, like it's just the Hawaiian noise is his noise.
Yeah.
No matter what, and it's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, and then,
like what if there were an Asian character and it went ding 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 every time he showed up?
I don't see why there shouldn't be.
What would happen if the American dude shows up? Who obviously wasn't
a bald eagle like.
Yeah, like an American
the screech. That'd be sweet.
Freedom.
Oh, what else? What other
the gay scene?
Dude, the same with that scene where they're like whipping this Samoan guy.
Even
the other guy that he's partnered with, DJ. No, not DJ. The
Jamaican
Balrog.
Guy.
He gets
like super racist at the same time.
Yeah, he's like hanging there on the wall, and then he's like, "Hey man, help me out." And then the Hawaiian guy's like, "No man, not until we've been here for like a month."
Yeah, it was the gay joke.
That was funny.
The gay innuendo right there.
That was funny.
Oh man, and he's just like
prison sex joke.
Yeah.
Okay, so like the next racist thing that could happen, I guess, is like maybe you could have like I don't know, like a Jewish person or something, and it just has like the Jewish like I don't know, something from Fiddler on the Roof play at the same time. Like, let's go through.
Or just the cash register
go through,
sound.
like, why the fuck did they just do that with the Hawaiian dude? That was racist. That shit racist. Anyway, it was racist against Japanese people, and it was racist against the poor Hawaiian dude.
Yeah.
And then they both turned into Godzilla.
Yeah.
And now the Russian guy. Was a guy I actually thought, and this probably added to my enjoyment of the movie.
Yeah.
That was the best thing in this movie, was that Russian guy.
Zangief is the best.
I don't know,
You got paid?
Yeah.
My favorite part in the entire movie is when the heroes are like, and I don't even know why they do this, the heroes are rushing towards the base. They're about to blow up their base, and they got the car on, and they're like, "Hey, we're coming for you!" And like it shows up on the television screen, and then the Russian guy's like, "Change the channel."
That's gonna make a difference. It's the best thing ever.
Oh my god, I died. And then that line was so fucking funny and perfectly timed. I will admit that character, and he does other things similar to that later in the movie.
Yeah, there's one where the General Bison is like having this big tirade about why he wants to take over the world and make it like super peaceful and shit. And then the Russian guy is like crying, and he was like, "That was beautiful."
Yeah.
Well, there was the other part where the guy is leaving the other henchman, and he's like,
he is bad, and yet you work for him. Yeah, because he paid me a ton of money.
Yeah.
you get paid?
Yeah.
God, oh my God, it's worth watching this movie to see that Russian guy, and he has like 3 lines, and they're amazing.
Should that be our slogan? Come watch this guy's movie.
Yeah, just watch this one guy.
Yeah, and that other guy that he was talking to, DJ, the black dude with the dreads,
With the terrible haircut.
Yeah, it's just like
and the random Indian
I can't
dude, too.
remember.
I forgot about him.
I can't remember what he was. He was like trying to give the general some news or whatever, and the general was like, "No, never mind." And then he was just like, "Okay," and just like that weird way, and that was like super weird too. Just like the way he delivered that line, like right after like what the general said to him.
He's like a little pissy, a little pissed off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever.
And then that random Indian dude with the long braid all the way down his back and the 3-claw thing on his hand.
Vega?
Yeah, Vega.
He's supposed to be Spanish.
He looks like he's Indian.
Wolverine.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah,
he's got
I forgot about the Wolverine guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it when he strikes someone with it and the guy's just like, oh, he presents the wound to him. Oh. You see? You got me. You can see the marker clearly here.
Oh man, this movie was kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, it was way over the top.
The invisible stealth boats.
Oh, you know what's funny about the whole boat thing?
The boat. Yeah, they're like looking. Okay, there's cameras and there's this stealth boat, and they like see that something's wrong, and they're all watching this camera, and the boat's invisible. But there's like the water getting churned by the
water getting
and
disturbed
no
by
one
it.
seems phased by the water being churned by the boat. They're just watching it like,
is there a whale?
Yeah, they're like, what is that?
This is a brilliant idea. Let's make an invisible boat, guys. It's awesome. Just see the fucking rooster tail as it's going down the
Yeah, but it worked.
They only hear it too. It's like,
And then the fucking invisible boat has a giant minigun that like opens up and comes out to shoot the other minigun that's trying to shoot the boat.
Yeah.
But they can't see the fucking minigun, but we can.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like it opens up and you can still see it while everything else is invisible.
Yeah.
So it's like a floating minigun.
Think about, I don't know why, genius, an invisible boat.
I think it's better than not having an invisible boat.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's just so dumb looking. It's just the tail, the rooster tail.
No, they only had the thing where they were going to attack by boats because like there was like a neighboring country that had like some weird military issues going on, so they couldn't use the helicopters that the director wanted to, so they went with the boat. So I can only imagine what they would have done with fucking helicopters.
Yeah,
I mean,
invisible
helicopter.
Like, yeah, a fleet.
You can hear, no. You can see with the helicopter. You can hear the helicopter, but there's nothing that goes here. The fuck it is like
Yeah.
a fucking wake trail in the fucking river.
It worked though, man. They were convinced. They're like,
Yeah.
something's there, but I don't know.
I don't know what
Maybe
it
not.
is.
Maybe it's just a big shark.
I got the biggest problem with this movie on my mind right now.
Oh, yeah, what's
The
that?
absolute biggest problem. Okay, this movie's called Street Fighter.
No streets.
No street fighting.
That's true.
I mean, there was a scene where a guy got shot from a vehicle
In a street.
Yeah.
No, this isn't street fighting.
Yeah, that's not street fighting though.
That's street shooting.
It's just shooting someone. A street fight is like a fight, like with your fisticuffs.
Fisticuffs.
They fight at the end of the movie. There's a fight between the bad guy and the good guy.
General Bison and Guile.
Yes, those people. And that's the only time there's ever a fight. And you know what? It's not in a fucking street. It's in the fucking base. Where's the fucking street fighting at?
I don't know, man.
They weren't even like trained in street. It's not like he was a street fighter and is now a special ops guy. He's just a special ops guy who's also trained in fighting.
Yeah.
So he's not even a street fighter. Who's the street fighter?
The street fighters were there kind of was a street fight, but it wasn't in a street. So it was between
It's not a street fight.
It was between Ryu and Vega when they were in like the cage match when they went to
That's
Sagat.
a cage match. That is not street fighting.
I wanted to see the
Close though.
the evolution of Kimbo Slice, the ultimate street fighter.
Yeah.
Although the moment he went into UFC, I think he got knocked out in like 6 seconds or something like that.
Wow.
He's this legendary street fighter, famous for all his videos and shit that he does, and he wanted to go pro, but he got his ass whooped. So maybe that's why they're all.
And then there's that super
How could
fucking
you call
cheesy
this
scene.
movie Street Fighter?
I don't know.
Super
dude.
fucking cheesy scene where he's done fighting Bison. He comes he hasn't fought Bison yet. He goes up to the catwalk and all these troops come up and he doesn't have his gun. He just pulls out his knife and he's like, ready, and then all of a sudden they start backing up. He's just like this like shit grin, just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna, yeah.
And then he turns around and there's like a full like legion of
regiment of UN troops behind him. This is the fucking face he made. He's just like waving that little knife around, like, yeah, you just scared now.
Come back to me.
All right. If anybody has any other details to add, now's the time. Certainly, this movie is it's flawed. That's for sure. But I will tell you that there are some good action scenes. There is actual like good, well done comedic relief.
Yeah, like being lured into a tent by a little.
We have. Which we have not seen in a while.
No.
Actually, ever. Good comedic relief has not happened, except maybe when he's like, move it, fat ass, and then the guy
change the channel.
Face.
I don't think that was supposed to be funny, though.
I think it was.
It was,
and maybe the spinach, but just out of ridiculousness and Double Dragon. I actually thought the movie was like a fun watch, and I'm glad I watched it. Like, I don't loathe myself for watching this movie.
Yeah, it was good.
I'm sure it has hardly anything to do with the Street Fighter game, except for I know that they dressed up as the characters at the end of the movie, which was kind of like a weird shoe-in moment.
Yeah,
right?
kind of.
And and it has nothing to do with street fighting whatsoever, which is disappointing, to say the least. But I enjoyed it. What did you think, Craig?
I enjoyed it as well. Like, the whole performance of the general was like amazing. Like when he always just like flipped his cape and shit when he was like turning around or doing whatever, just like make these grand gestures. It was fucking awesome. I enjoyed that when he like started using the lightning powers of whatever. That was also pretty fucking sweet. Yeah. And then that scene where he traps Chun-Li and the rest of the dudes in his room, where he suddenly just has like this closet that protects him from this poison gas.
Oh yeah, when he was totally
releases into his room.
When he was totally going to tap that Chun-Li ass.
Yeah, and then at the end of the movie, Guile's telling Chun-Li that she looks good in the fucking sex slave dress that he made her wear.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's right.
You should wear that again.
Isn't that what she wears?
No.
Isn't that what she wears?
No, this is my rape outfit.
Something like that,
I'm not comfortable wearing this anymore.
See, the rape outfit is what she wears in the video game.
Oh my god.
So she is comfortable wearing it.
So she got the rape outfit from the guy who was about to rape her.
Yeah.
He's like, wear this. And then she didn't get raped, and now it's like a symbol of strength. There you go.
There you go.
Or something, I guess.
Full circle right there.
Yeah, it's still super uncomfortable. He's like, hey, hot dress. Like, thank you.
I almost got raped in this earlier.
Thanks. Ass wipe.
Yeah. This is good stuff. What about you, Cam?
Anything extra?
What'd you think about the movie?
Like I said, I enjoyed it more than the previous two. Is this a work of art? No, by no means. But was it enjoyable? Yes. It wasn't painful, and it didn't help. And it helped that it wasn't that long either.
It was a couple hours almost.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, I think it was. I'm going to give it a resounding okay.
A resounding okay?
Well, I mean, in comparison to the movies we've seen.
Oh, man, in comparison, then this is fucking Mozart.
Masterpiece of filmmaking.
This is Steven Spielberg at his finest.
That ninja scene would have probably been better. Steven Spielberg made it. All right. Schweiss.
I agree. I think this movie was more fun. It was better directed. The acting was certainly better. And overall, I think it was worth watching. I don't know if I really ever need to watch it again, but I definitely know I don't need to watch the last two again. There's no questions there.
Would you rather watch this movie again than the other two?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Said that.
I don't know what I mean. I don't know.
What I mean,
I lost my train of thought.
I don't know what I mean.
Did you ever have one?
I did. I did.
That train derailed years ago.
The train never left the station.
Yeah.
What percent of a thought did you have?
It got going and then it just stopped.
So I ended up giving this one 2 full stars on the Rotten Tomatoes. I
Oh,
believe.
wow.
2 full ones.
I was going to give it like 2.5, maybe 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
I gave-
I ended the movie with a smile.
It was just fantastic.
Okay, yeah, I have to agree. There was no cringe. Like there
Fantastic's
were
too
some,
strong of a word,
but
Caleb, I'm
there
sorry.
were. I was not. It was not painful. The movie wasn't painful.
No.
Yeah, what sucks is that Alexandria watched portions of the first 2 with me. She fell asleep. It's probably for the better. But didn't watch the one that was actually okay. It kind of sucks.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah. So it's worth it. And whoever's going to win it at the end of
It's
this
worth
episode.
like an iTunes rent or something. Or
Yeah, a couple bucks. Don't.
Or if you're top commenter.
Yeah, if you're our review.
And we'll get to that in a minute. Rankings, ladies and gentlemen, or just gentlemen. Come on, we know who our audience is.
I think we know what it's gonna be.
Mine is Street Fighter, Super Mario Bros, and then Double Dragon last. What's yours?
Same.
Yeah, same.
Same.
Okay.
Double Dragon.
They're all awful, but they're just in different degrees. I think we'll start to get some differences coming up with the Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Well, what I remember is I remember being super hyped to watch Mortal Kombat because my friend Kyle, he was really into it. He said it was like one of the best movies ever. And also I was playing a lot of Mortal Kombat at the time. This must have been late junior high or something like that. And then I rented it from fucking Hollywood Video.
Yeah.
And we watched it, and I thought it was one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my fucking life. And I hadn't been introduced to very much cornball movies, you know, like I've never been like, I've watched a lot of action movies, but I've never been like an 80s action movie connoisseur, which I think this movie is in that kind of realm.
Yeah.
And perhaps Mortal Kombat is also, even though it's a 90s movie, but like, you know, it's cheesy, over the top. The action is kind of mediocre, but it's fun. That movie was bad. I remember lines now that made me cringe. Like when he looks directly at the camera at the beginning of the first scene, and he broke the fourth wall, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is terrible. This may be the worst thing I've ever seen. So, I mean, I'll be surprised if it's not better than Double Dragon, but I will also be surprised if it's better than Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you guys all seen Mortal Kombat?
Yeah. I think it's worlds better.
I think
than
I saw it.
anything we watched so far.
I don't remember too much from it. I remember Sub-Zero, and that's about it.
Second movie's trash, though. Absolute trash, I think.
That's what everybody said. He was like, "Oh, the first one's great. The second one sucks." And I'm
It's
like,
because
the first one sucked.
The first one, they both suck. But the thing is, the first one is funny, and it's really bad, so it's funny. But the second one is just really bad. It's really bad.
Yeah, there's no redeeming qualities for it. So I think I'm going to predict that it's going to be my number one when we get to it.
Okay.
But
The box office sure says so.
Well, it does, but it also says Prince of Persia is a good movie, which we all know is not true.
Okay, box office doesn't mean anything about quality. Okay. Oh boy. I guess we got some iTunes reviews, and our winner for our movie.
We do. All right, so the new review this week is from Felicia Nomiko. It's titled Dudes, Gaming, and More, a 5-star review. I love the other podcast Caleb and Joe do, but this one is even better. The addition of Caleb Craig and Cam Cam shifts the dynamic enough that the two shows really are different. And like the other podcast, this sounds like a group of friends shooting the poo about games and whatever else pops into their heads. I like the informal feel, the tangents, the rants, the cursing, insults, and digressions into randomness that is this show.
God fucking damn it.
It
Jesus,
feels real,
fucking fat fuck.
and
son of a
unscripted.
bitch.
I also appreciate that these are just gamers who like games and not industry insiders. I listened to another gaming cast.
we're not.
And while it's interesting to hear game creators chat, it can get boring and too inside baseball at times. Very glad they went on to do video games in general as well as UFF.
Are you the Bond villain right now holding the cat?
May the list go on.
Thank you very much, Felicia Nomiko. Now, we argued a bit outside of the iTunes, and I want to say, Felicia, you were close. You were close, but we're going to give Street Fighter away to
JsnRogers.
JsnRogers.
August 31st, 2016 review. Be always in the nude, enjoying the grind. A 5-star review. If you like their Ultima Final Fantasy podcast, then you will love this one. Same old Caleb and Joe back and forth, but now they have Cam and Caleb Craig to make fun of. Join the gang as they complain about diet, exercise, and money while also fitting in the occasional video game segment. You'll become uncomfortably familiar with their lives and background facts, such as Caleb paying down his mortgage, Joe drawing dicks, Cam occasionally no-showing, Caleb Craig cheating at hog status with indie games and comic books, and the mysterious Dylan. You'll become invested in their lives. Will Joe find yet another hobby, but not a job? Will Caleb finally snap on an 11-hour Twitch stream? Will Cam actually show up? Will the police find the mysterious Dylan's body? You'll simply love this band of misfits and care about their struggles. They put an amazing amount of time and effort into each episode, and oh man, the celebrity guests... Dave Mustaine. All right, well, it's a work in progress, but there are local celebrities like Caleb's girlfriend, Cam's brother, Joe's sister's ex, Spencer. Deep reference. If you like ball busting, witty banter, and video games, you will love this show. Go subscribe and make your own 5-star review.
Oh my God. We got a lot of good reviews through this run between Double Dragon and Street Fighter. So I want to thank everybody who has sent in a review.
Yeah, FedEx driver, Danzig's, Nomiko, and of course JsnRogers.
Yeah, I'm glad Danzig came by and told us we were shit.
Yeah, he's kind of a dick. Really? Danzig is an ass.
True, yeah, I guess
he's a fucking ass. Like punched a fan last run.
Yeah, he just doesn't understand. Yeah.
Anyway, so JsnRogers, if you could contact us,
send me a tweet.
Oh, is he on Twitter?
I don't know. But make a Twitter account, follow UFF Podcast, and send me a DM.
You can send a tweet, or you can use the contact page on newclan.net.
Either way, yeah.
So I think this is going to be it for this episode.
Yes.
I guess we'll do nominations next time for whatever the next game is. You can go to not YouTube. I'm looking at the Ultimate Final Fantasy stuff. You can go to Facebook.com and check out our Facebook page there. It's Facebook.com/NudeClan Podcast. It's Nude spelled NEWD, or just find us in the search bar, which is probably easier. You can also check me out on Twitter at Joseph Degallier.
Me at Obsidian Bar.
Me at Nude Clan Cam.
Me at UFF Podcast.
And by the way, we all have our own individual blogs on the websites. Yeah. So if you want to go to newclan.net and hover over hosts, we each have a little area to ourselves if you want to check those out.
Except for Cameron.
It's still there.
It exists.
It just gives an error.
I think that's just a really good description of my life, 404 not found. So
I think I'm going to have to put up that
I thought you guys were going to put something up. I thought that's what you would do.
Oh, dude.
No.
It's for you.
Space. Dick
I was going to put up the picture of that. Oh, fuck. I can't remember what it's called. It's the dude who's bending over, like holding his asshole open, like yanking it
the
open.
one that I had.
Oh, my God. Don't do that.
We'll make a post. I'm going to do that, but in the asshole, I'm going to put like a tiny Cameron head.
I have like
safe for work.
Half
I think
of
it's
a
like
post,
Bixby or something.
half of a post written actually so far.
Oh, good job.
Yeah, I've
You just post it and then do to be continued and then never continue. Be like, there's the one.
I don't know if I have access to do it because I've logged into WordPress. I have all that stuff ready to go.
That's it.
That's all you
But how do I edit my blog post? I've been looking at
Go to
all
your
the
site
links.
and log in.
Post and
Log into WordPress.
Add post.
Yeah, you got to go to your page and then log in there.
Oh, so it's at the ad post there. I just thought that was like a general area. Okay.
Yeah.
CameronWilson.geekdomentertainment.com.
Log in.
/WP-admin.
I can get
Put
there.
in your credentials.
I can get there.
Yeah, it's only for your page.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
The page is
you don't know what
only.
credentials are.
It's inclusive to that page. Whatever one you have.
Okay,
so I can't see
know.
your stuff unless I log into yours. I can't see Caleb's unless I log into his.
I am master.
Yeah. I mean,
Can
we
you
can
see
all
conversations, private, little messages.
No,
back
we
and
don't
forth?
see that.
Actually,
we can't see private messages.
I think we can.
Why do you say this stuff over the air? You're such an idiot.
I don't.
Hey, use our Amazon link, but we can see what you order. What the fuck is wrong with you?
We can't see you.
We can't see you, but we see that something was ordered.
see
That's
each
like
other.
I think the admin account, which I'm not sure if is my own personal one, the admin account on the forums.
I don't think so.
Maybe it might not be, but the admin account can see the messages in case there's like a harassment thing. So you have to know if someone sent like bad messages to someone. You have to know that that's what's happening. So I would suggest nothing super personal in the thing, in case you don't want Caleb snooping around.
Oh, yeah, because I'm the snoop. I'm the snoop here.
Oh, man. No.
Come on.
No, you can, I think.
I've never tried, so I assumed that you couldn't, but I guess you can, so jump on the website. We'll know everything you've ever done.
Well, don't put that stuff. Like,
Just
don't put anything.
Message back and forth certain things with certain someone, and everything's okay.
Yeah.
Like, hey, baby, what's up?
Yeah.
Girl.
Don't be weird, I guess.
I'm a
fine.
dude. I know, like, my thing is an anime chick, but actually, like, could you leave me alone? Thanks, dude.
You make me super uncomfortable right now.
Anyway, yeah, join the forums.
Yeah.
NudeClan.net.
Which are public forums, so don't worry, just join the forums.
Click on the forums. And talk on the forums.
Yeah, don't talk privately, because we'll spy.
I'm not even sure messaging on this version is...
It was on the old version. I don't know if it's this one.
Yeah, I don't know. Because I have some functionalities that the other one didn't have.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't fucked with it really.
I don't know either. So,
I just post.
Who knows?
the
I guess we can
episodes.
find out later and not talk about it. What else? What else do we need to plug? Oh, other shows. Ultimate Final Fantasy, the Godzilla podcast, which will have a new episode out soon. And we also have, by the way, for those Getting Fat listeners, Getting Fat with Caleb and Joe. We are doing a every other week thing where we're going to talk about the making of a short film, Emmanuel's Song, which is on Indiegogo right now. And it'd be great if you guys could support that. And we'll also talk about movies.
Yeah.
So if you want me and Caleb to actually talk about movies, that's the place to do it.
It is. It's good stuff. Had a good week, so.
All right. Well, is that it, guys?
Yeah. Enjoy the nude.
May the list go on.
Live always in the nude.
Fuck off.
No!